You don't have the answers, TJ.
Do you have the answer?
You don't have the answers.
Tony, do you have the
You
answer?
don't have the answers.
You don't
TJ.
have the answer either.
You don't have the answer.
Woo! Big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to another episode of the American Idiot Show. Episode 79, I think.
Yeah, that's a good guess. It's probably around.
You literally
83,
don't have
84.
the answers to your own team.
I literally don't have the answer to my own podcast.
This is the ad hoc version of YouTube content.
Especially lately, Jesus Christ. But big up everybody watching. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Arsenal play Newcastle on the weekend. So who better than the League One, Ligoon, McDonald's merchant, Strasbourg Steve. Strasbourg Steve-O, how you doing, man?
Yo, I'm good, bro. I'm actually watching some League on McDonald's right now. So
nice,
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling.
Dude, I need some McDonald's right now. I'm hungry. Every time I watch French football, I'm like, we need some McNuggets.
That's why the advertising works, bro. Literally.
Yeah, dude. How many times is League never gonna land on like a norm, like just a sponsor that they can just like chill on, or are they just gonna sell that every year?
Probably just sell it like every year.
Yeah, I'm waiting for like the League Un Cirillas or some shit. Like, how dark is it gonna get?
I heard that it's part of the reason why Ronaldo didn't join PSG because of the McDonald's sponsorship pushes him away, like he does with Coca-Cola.
No, how dare you, Dal? How you doing, bro?
Great. It's Friday. It's 12:39 p.m. and we got my man Steve-O on the show. Yay! And we got TJ and no one in the chat yet, but hi.
Hey, it's okay, dude. Everybody and their mother is streaming right now. I'm like, oh yeah, we couldn't have chose a worse time to go live. I don't really care. I'm not here. I'm here to talk with my good friend Steve-O because we haven't had a good old footy conversation in quite a while, and I need to get your thoughts on Newcastle United, the Magpies, the Toon. Now that you guys have beaten the Chelsea.
Yeah, man, we actually played pretty well. Went with a rotated lineup, but a still strong one. And Chelsea went with like a scrub ass lineup, and then decided to play a midfielder on the right wing. And their backup defenders ain't that great. Their backup goalkeeper ain't that great. And we counter pressed them, played with some intensity, played with a good identity that I want to see more out of Newcastle that I haven't in a while. And yeah, we just buried them within 3 minutes. That's really all there is to it. Tonali had a great match in the middle of the three. I want to see the same exact lineup tomorrow, to be honest. Like, even though Longstaff played over Bruno, even though Emil Kraft played over like Dan Burn or Cher or whoever, like, I want to see the same exact 11 because I crave a solution for our problems this year in terms of performances and lineups. Like, that was our best performance of the year. So how about we just do that again on Saturday against Arsenal? That's what I would be doing.
So you would say Bruno is like our like the thorn in our side whenever we play you guys. You would put him on the bench against us.
He hasn't been a thorn in anyone's side though this year. That's the problem. He's been a thorn in my side. He's been a thorn in my side trying to watch him sometimes.
You think his head was turned over the summer?
Huh?
You think his head was turned over the summer looking at Man City?
Maybe, but we made him club captain, and that was one of the reasons why he stayed, I guess. So,
yeah.
But look, we need to we need to find answers, like real talk. So, like, I would play the same exact 11, even though it's not with our best players. Again, I just need a solution, and I need to try and win on Saturday. Whether that happens, I don't know. I don't think so, but I would just do that because we've been performing not that great. But the Man City game a few weeks ago, we drew 1-1 with them. We actually done a good job there, and then Spurs, we beat them. So, and then we beat Chelsea. So in terms of the big teams coming to our place, we haven't lost. Right. So it bodes kind of well for us on Saturday. And with your problems at Arsenal. I don't think y'all are in the greatest stretch of form right now. The past 5 games maybe. It's been a bit shaky. I didn't see y'all play Preston, but I'm assuming it was a lot better.
We cooked them, but the quality of that side is absolutely dog shit. They have 2 good players in that entire squad, and one of them came off the bench. And this we're gonna get on to Raheem Sterling, but they had this one guy, I forget his fucking name now. This one NPC that we made look like fucking Prime Maldini, kicking balls off the goddamn line whenever
they're attacking mid.
Yeah, it was just absolutely ridiculous.
Talking about Duane Holmes.
That might be it.
Maybe.
He's American.
I don't remember.
That's funny.
No, I'm talking about. No, it wasn't Holmes. I was talking about so Sam Greenwood played really, really well for
That's the guy I was thinking of.
Yeah, he was really good. But other than and then some NPC center back that Raheem
Liam
Sterling
Lindsay.
It was. Let me look it up
Jack Watmo.
What?
Jack Watmo.
No. I would.
But none of those guys you mentioned, Steve-O, did anything. It could have been 5-0 in the first half, to be honest. And my prediction was 4-0. It was really close. If Waneri just had this shot underneath the crossbar, he would have had a brace. And I got to go out on the ledge right here, TJ, and say if we don't play Waneri, it's going to be very difficult at St. James Park. I don't see Trossard opening.
He's ready for it.
Yes,
he's ready.
I think he's ready. I think he's
Brad
better than
Potts. Brad Potts.
What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose by playing him?
Right. And that's part of what I want to get in today too, as well, is that I think Trossard's time as the 10 is done. I thought that he could come up with the creativity and the skill, the tiki-taka like Odegaard, but it's nowhere near what Odegaard can do. He's not that kind of player. It's just not in him. He gets jitters in the first half, and then I think once things stop happening for Trossi, he's dead the rest of the game and gets subbed off. Like I think he has his own mental block. When things aren't going his way, he gets that mental block, and then Arteta can notice that. He does nothing. He becomes a passenger. So that's why Waneri has to get out there. We have to hit you guys first. If you guys score first, we will lose or draw. I do not see us coming back and beating you. That's the thing.
I could see Newcastle. I could see Newcastle scoring on us and then retreating. And then we can't generate anything on the offensive side of the ball.
At the same time, though, because that's what I thought when we scored the first goal against Chelsea. But then we just went right back at it, and they got the second goal 3 minutes later. So I like the approach of I would rather go at it again, because that will be what you least expect as a team. Because you're right. We especially with our struggles this year performance-wise, you'd expect they're just gonna get a goal and kind of sit back. So
and Gabriel will start, but he's not, I don't believe, 100% fit.
Yeah.
But I'm just not 100% sure.
My whole thing is it's Newcastle away. If it was a Newcastle away, I would say just rest him and put Kiwior in there, because Kiwior played really, really well, but we can't afford to put anybody but Starsky and Hutch in the middle.
Right.
There. So
I see Isak cooking Kiwior all day long.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly. Well, and I want to bring it back to Ethan Waneri, just a tad, because I don't think he's being talked about enough. I saw this guy play against United in the preseason, and I said this kid needs to get some serious minutes now. And the opportunity for him to get those serious minutes were, in my opinion, I don't think we lose Bournemouth if he starts. I don't think we only beat Shakhtar by 1 if he starts. You saw what he could do in the final third of the pitch, just outside of the box and inside the box, just cooking, creating chances against Preston North End, and obviously against Bolton when we played them earlier in the season. He fucking cooked. And he cooked, and he cooked against Manchester United in the preseason. Yeah, it was against their scrubs. It was against a team that was still playing 10-dog ball, but he was still moving the ball. He looked really, really good, really active.
Made an impression.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's no reason why we should be playing 3 DMs against Newcastle.
That's it. That's inviting our press to that for me would be more of a submissive move compared to an alpha male move. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're playing with but on a real that would invite our press, because Mikel Merino's not Mr. Comfortable on the ball. Rice isn't always Mr. Comfortable, that midfield 3. So and that's where we caught out Chelsea because they played around Renato Viega midfield.
Right.
And he is more comfortable on the ball than some of your midfielders in that aspect. But when you press, you force someone to make a decision quick, especially if in the opening 10 minutes will say everything about the game. If we score first, it could be like something where we win 3-0, let's just say. But if you score first, it's going to be like, all right, yeah, that might be. So I think that first 10, 15 minutes is everything because it'll tell you the approach of both teams. Kind of
So you're saying if you score first, the floodgates open?
Yeah, because especially coming off of the Chelsea win on Wednesday.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean that's a pretty strong statement considering our defense hasn't really given up many goals away at all.
Let me rephrase it. What I'll say is I think it'll be similar to the game a few years ago when you lost 2-0 to us on that Monday, when you lost to Spurs on the Thursday, you got smacked by them, and then you went to St. James's Park on Wednesday.
That was the ball that should have been out of bounds or something like that.
We won
right?
2-0, but it could have been a lot more, kind of thing. Like I could see.
Yeah, we were in a bad area. I think that was the game before we took off for Dubai. I think after that game or another one, we took off for Dubai.
It was the end of the 22-23 season.
Wrong season.
Oh,
then, huh?
God, don't remind me.
The 2-0 win.
No, you guys, I thought that was like
Gabrielle in the back.
Yeah. So I think, yeah. For me, I need my guys to get off to a hot start. I think we will because the Chelsea win definitely is giving us something. Yeah, exactly. Nilsson, Arsenal.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Because he lost to Spurs on Thursday, 3-0 or something.
Yeah, that was the last time we lost against Spurs.
Okay.
Yeah. So that I think maybe that could be that kind of game if we scored early. But yeah. So it's.
Well, I just think our midfield's better than Chelsea's, right? On the day.
Yeah.
I think no matter what, if it's a 3-man midfield or just a 2-man in front of the back four, I think if you guys have to really push us, and let's say he does a 4-2-3-1 formation, it's going to be difficult for you guys with Rice and Party in the back. I mean, that's why I just don't see
or even Rice.
Yeah, I think Marino's probably going to start finding form. Hopefully, he had a good week in training. I was not sold on him yet, and it sounds like Steve-O isn't either. I just think Mikel needs some more games under his belt to become that guy. Scored a great header. Looked like he had a control against Preston, but again, it was Preston. They were really bad. But I just think that it's going to take a few more weeks to get Mikel Moreno really running on full horsepower. But I think you're right. I think if you guys score first, I don't know if we come back. BX Gunner says if you score 2, we score 3. Maybe. But I think that the mentality mode we're in right now is we don't want to give up any goals.
Yeah.
Right? Because we've really seen ourselves kind of fight back. And again, it goes to what I've always liked about Arsenal was the good defending, how it gelled into attack. But we haven't seen a lot of that against big clubs yet. Bigger clubs, I guess you could say top 8 teams. So as much as I love this new defensive stance we're taking, I guess you could say since we played City, I don't think that's sustainable. I think we need to go back to the fast pace, movement wing play that Arsenal's known for, making runs. And I just want to see more. I want to see more offense than defense. I want to be blown away by the offense and say like, oh, the defense did solid and got us the 3 points today. Than saying, oh, the defense was so exceptional today and we played a whole half without them scoring because they were on top of us and Newcastle ends up with 20 shots. We end up with 4, right? That's what I don't want to see, right? And that was, that's what Arteta's tend to do now. I start to think our plan B is going back into that defensive mode like we did against City. Again, we gave up the goal in the final second of the game, but that was one of the best defensive displays we've had in, I would say, a season and a half or so, really. But that came to define us for a week or two, right? As we went into other games, we started kind of doing the same thing. We did the same thing with Liverpool, right? We got there and got that early goal. We kind of just took our foot off the gas pedal. And that's where I get worried. If we take our foot off the gas pedal against Newcastle, Tottenham, Villa, etc., we'll get punished. And this
especially
weekend,
away from home. Especially away from home.
right. Yeah. I mean, like you said, you guys have drew City, you beat Tottenham, and you beat Chelsea. I mean, if we had that kind of run with those three teams, I'd be ecstatic and be completely confident for this game. But I'm not. We beat a bad Preston. We struggled against Bournemouth, and we struggled against Brighton. We struggled against Shakhtar Donetsk. So I'm just think that Newcastle's
That's at home
by.
as well.
We're catching you guys, but I just think that you
that
guys.
was one of our worst matches of the season, in my opinion.
And that's
There you go.
and bro, I follow Shakhtar Donetsk. That's the underwhelming team for the most. That's a team that's still
Haven't
trying to
even
find
scored.
their
Haven't even scored in the champs yet.
No.
Big up Don C.
Big up Don
Yeah.
C every time.
And we should have blown that team away 4 or 5-0. I mean, let's be
That's
realistic.
what I thought was going to go.
I picked 4-0. Yeah, it's like I picked 4-0 against Preston. And that's
where the
where
results-based analysis versus performance-based
That's
really
where I
comes
think
into it. So it really
Yeah.
comes into it.
Yeah, and that's why I think like a lot of us would agree. Don C and Anthony, even TJ and BX Gunner, and Matchday Guru, shout out all you guys. We need to get back to that attacking arsenal. I don't want to be defined as the defensive team that goes defensive at home like we have. We had opportunities at City, obviously 10 men. I think any team at City down to 10 men goes defensive. I don't care which squad it is.
Of course.
If the
Real
manager has
Madrid
any
did.
blank
Real
spells at all,
Madrid did
you're
it.
not- yeah, you're not going to open up against City with only 10 men at the Etihad. I mean, let's
Even
be real.
though they have injuries and they've
Doesn't
been-
matter.
Hey,
Doesn't
don't
matter.
don't
They're
don't,
the
say, don't
best
say
team
that.
in the
Don't
world.
say that to Vader. He'll call you a coward.
Well, fair enough. But you know what? Since if it wasn't for oil money, they'd be in Division 2. So
Yeah.
let's talk
Well, no, and
facts.
speaking of oil money, big up Acers. They will not beat us. They're not going to beat us. I'm not doing that. I'm not having it. Speaking of oil money, I was thinking about this when I was prepping for the show a little bit. I wanted to ask Steve about this. Are you happy with the progress that Newcastle has made under your new ownership so far? Or are you thinking that you kind of plateaued?
Yeah, I am overall happy. Yes, since they've come. Yes, because Dal just said about Man City. If they didn't have the oil money, they'd be in Division 2. Same applies to Newcastle. Same thing. We were terrible for years and years and years. The only good season we've had since 2010 was 11-12 with Demba Ba, Cisse, Johan Cabaye, Cruel, those guys. So that's our only really good season out of
Remy
all that.
Cabela.
Yeah, Cabela. Yeah. So it's one of those, bro, where it's like, yes, overall, did we hit a speed bump last season? Yeah, I would say so.
I think the Champions League was just a little bit too much to handle. And
Sure.
Tonali, didn't help that Tonali what made himself unavailable the entire season as well. But
that doesn't help.
So-
But then in certain spots, Eddie has in-game management, particularly against AC Milan at the last day of the group stage, and then versus Liverpool at home where we had a 1-0 lead, and then Nunez scored 2 goals pretty quickly off the bench. So, stuff like that. But, we've made good progress, but we hit a speed bump, and we just getting the car kind of repaired sort of thing. That's really kind of how I see it. But yes, overall, yes, because if we didn't have it, we'd be in the championship and we'd be struggling a lot. So overall, I'd be happy. But yeah, we hit a speed bump, honestly. Like the PSR rules and all that shit, like that definitely didn't help. But we could have helped ourselves a bit more with maybe some smarter recruitment in certain areas. So, yeah, it is what it is. I think this summer will say a lot because we have a lot of money to play with this summer. Like I would expect us to spend about 250 million, get a new manager in. As I honestly
will you guys buy the right?
I do think one of a Bruno or an Isak will leave, which will help us spend that 250.
Isak to Arsenal, you heard it first.
Maybe.
Please.
Who knows? Maybe.
Please, football gods.
Maybe, yeah, it could be that. It could be Could be something like where Bruno goes to Man City or something.
Mm.
But like, yeah, we'll have money to spend next summer, I think. So
Yeah, I think
that'll really tell me the progress that we've made and where we finished this season and all that.
I think Bruno goes to City, and I think Musiala goes to City as well.
Damn.
Dude.
Saudi. It's already pretty much been signed, sealed, and delivered. They pictured him in a Saudi shirt. Well, it was Instagram, but I mean, I think he's going to Saudi. He's just not, he's what, 31, 32 years old. City got to move on. But the thing is, they replace like for like, right? Or they could get one or the other. They're definitely, I definitely think Musiala is going to be a Man City player come summertime.
That wouldn't surprise me, especially if Pep is still there and they just plug and play. And where does that leave Foden though? Right? Does that just leave Foden as a bench?
Just adds to their squad. Good problem to have, isn't it? Musiala or Foden? Who do I play?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good problem to have.
Musiala currently is levels right now over Foden. Foden can't kickstart a motorcycle or a lawnmower right now if he tried. But no, I just think, again, not to make it City, but if Newcastle spend the money, Steve-O, I mean, who are the 2 or 3 players you want in?
I'd say a new goalkeeper would be priority 1. You start from the back. Look at what Liverpool, how much they went from point A or point B to point A when they brought in Alisson. Look at that. And Alisson was a very good goalkeeper at AS Roma. He's on the way up. It was a very smart purchase. It cost a lot, but they've had success since then, clear before and after. So I go for someone like Lucas Chevalier from Lille, excellent goalkeeper. You get him for 30, 45 million, maybe around that. I would start there. Then I would go with a right winger. That's priority number 1 in terms of overall. I'd like building from the back first, but we need a right winger. Jacob Murphy and Almiron are not good enough. So you go again to Lille and you pick up Edin Žegrova. You go and get freaking Johan Bakayoko from PSV Eindhoven or something like that. And in terms of like midfielders, if let's say Bruno G does leave to let's see, Mbeumo, Charlie. I'd take Mbeumo right now at Newcastle, no doubt about it.
He would cook.
Oh my God, yeah. So let's say Bruno G leaves to Man City, we get 75, 80 M's for him. You go to Real Betis and you get Johnny Cardoso. Because Johnny for the US doesn't really play that well. But for Real Betis, the guy is very good.
Let me ask you a question.
I would bring him. Yeah.
You're naming some names that sound familiar, but probably are pretty young. Who's going to lead that squad?
Tonali, to be honest. Tonali, and I'd also be looking at a center back as well, because I think Fabian Schär he's getting older. He's a bit reckless. He's cost us a few. Yeah, Dan Burn, I'd be moving on. We have a good English core anyway, so you can let Dan Burn go and Lascelles and maybe a Trippier as well. I'd probably be looking to move on.
Yeah. You don't see you guys looking for maybe a $60 or $75 million center back from the Prem? You think you would go out into Europe for that instead?
Yeah, I would go for Europe. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'd be looking at in terms of center backs. I mean, depending on what manager we bring in.
What if you got like somebody like Akanji or Nathan Aki if City is letting
Schlotterbeck at Dortmund? I would not wish. I'm
just saying, TJ, they're not that but I mean, Newcastle.
No, I'm Xing BX Gunner because
that guy's be Arsenal. That guy's next club will not be Arsenal.
It'll be fucking back to the MLS for him. Like, he's not good enough. I'm sorry.
He'll go to Paraguay.
He had that flash in the pan, and that was it. Like,
for about 3-4 months.
Yeah, I don't want Miguel Almiron anywhere near my club. Brian Mbeumo, though, like
Mbeumo's a monster, man. That guy.
I would love to see him in the club, but there's no way that he would take a second seat. He's too good to be just sitting on the bench.
That's why Newcastle would be a great destination for him.
Yeah, no, absolutely for him if he wants to get. Yeah, exactly. Like he's not gonna be like. I know he's been linked with Arsenal. He's been linked with Liverpool. He's been linked with all these different clubs. But these clubs already have starting right wingers. Like this kid, he's 25 years old. He's not gonna want to sit on the bench behind somebody. Like he's in his prime right now. And he cooks. He's a great right winger. He deserves to be on a Big Six or top 6 club, in my opinion.
Or someone really good in Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, really
Exactly.
good.
No, I rate Brian Mbuemo, but there's no way he's going to be coming to. There's no way he's coming to Arsenal.
I mean, like, you should try, though. You should
Well,
try, though.
we would never. But here's the thing, Steve: is Edu would never do that. Arteta would never do that. They would never want to bring in somebody that
the
would
backup right wing
forward.
position ever since Saka's been in the team.
Yeah, we went out and got fucking Raheem Sterling on loan. Like that's our levels right now. Raheem Sterling, literally one of the worst players I've seen wear the shirt in a while. This guy stinks.
He's poor.
He's
past it. He should have gone to somewhere like Atalanta where they revive careers for fun. That would have been the smart move. But he doesn't want to leave London, so he's going to sacrifice his footballing career. So him and his gal.
He could have gone to Bournemouth. He could have gone to Brighton. Any of those clubs would have taken him.
Emery
would have taken probably a punt on him, maybe for the right
price.
But
Brighton have better wingers than him in this moment.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They have better backup wingers at this moment. Bro, think about it. Brighton wingers include Adingra. You have freaking Mitoma. You have freaking there are a few others. They got a lot of wing depth. That Buonanotte kid could play for them. The Leicester loanee. It's smart that they loaned him because they do have. He is a starter at Leicester, but they have backup wingers at a higher level than what's that called? Sterling. So Sterling should have gone to like Atalanta or something.
Dude, did you watch? So you didn't watch the Preston game?
No.
I go. If you have time, go back and watch Sterling on the pitch for that. It was.
Did he just not look ours or what?
I've seen from an Arsenal right winger in years. And we're talking about, we had Fabio Vieira starting some games on the right. We had who else? Reece Nelson starting on the right and not doing anything. It was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. This guy's walking into the box, fucking breakdancing in the box. He has a wide open net on a rebound against a mediocre championship level side, and he couldn't bury it. Like wide open.
So he's playing worse than Reece Nelson did.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Reece Nelson now is a far better player than Raheem Sterling. It's maddening. And I mean, Reece is 24 years old. Reece Nelson, I don't. As much as I never really rated him, I mean, it's like I think there'd be effect there, and I would take him. Like he says, I would come here. But we need depth. We need depth, right? We only got a 22-man squad. We need depth right now. But when I say depth, I don't mean fucking Raheem Sterling, right? We talked about this a couple of weeks ago.
It's not. There's a difference between dead weight and depth. That's
right,
dead weight. Sterling. He's just there.
Like Don C said, rather have Gervinho right now. Bring me Pepe back. He's burning it up at Villarreal.
Yes,
I mean, what are we doing here? And I truly believe too that no matter who we get, Arteta is going to just treat him like Aubameyang.
Hey, Tony said that Sterling got baptized and that he's going to be a different man. Apparently.
Gosh.
Remember?
That's why he joined us, because he didn't want to leave London.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he's not. So that right there, bro. That right there shows. Now, okay, fine. If you have kids and you want to keep whatever, fine. It is what it is. Your family comes first and all that. Yeah, but you can't. If you're deciding where you want to play based off of the city that it's at, and it's like, oh, this is a nice place compared to fucking like I said, Atalanta, Bergamo. It's like.
Right.
You're underrating Bergamo and you're overrating London because your footballing career is suffering right now. It's nothing much. There's nothing left for Sterling. Yeah, he's a Saudi player, Godfrey, exactly.
Well, no, and is it like we were having this debate the other night on Sarcasm City around like was he just good under Pep Guardiola? Like he was okay at Liverpool. I don't think he was like anything special.
He showed flashes and he played.
He showed what he could do, good enough to get into the Man City squad, and I think he was good under Pep Guardiola. But he wasn't always the number one option under Guardiola either. And then he goes to Chelsea and he stinks. And then people are giving him the same benefit of the doubt that they gave Kai Havertz. And at the end of the day, Kai Havertz has done a lot better under Arteta than I see like the ceiling of Sterling.
You're basically saying Sterling's the luckiest winger ever to play football because he got to play with Suarez and Aguero.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I mean, God, if I was
and De Bruyne as well.
Yeah, big up Bader. I give my left arm to play with those two players, bro. You're talking two of the best strikers ever to play the game. I mean, so yeah, the seven
and when we got creators as well, De Bruyne.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just it makes it so easy when you're Sterling. How many open goals is in this? And if you can't score against Preston, he was struggling against Bolton. I think he scored, but there were still glimpses of just Sterling just doing his Tyrannosaurus Rex dance, 18-yard box, passing the ball to nobody or putting it wide or putting it over. It's just, I mean, I'm done with it, bro. I know we got him on the cheap. And again, I said we need experienced depth, but not that fucker. I mean, I was talking more like Antoine Griezmann or somebody, or, bring me, I don't know, bring a Nelka out of retirement. Who, right? Who do you go to? And then it's like, Edu doesn't know anyway. Edu doesn't have a clue of, I don't think he knows the best. I think Edu does not know the best 10 players in Europe. I think any one of us, you, I, Steve-O, anyone in the chat could put a decent list of the top 10 players that they think is in Europe, and it'd be better than anything Edu could come up with.
Right. No, and another note on Raheem Sterling too is he thrives under two of the best managers in this era of the Premier League. Like he had Klopp at Liverpool and all the players that they had around them, fucking Fabinho and all these great players. Fabinho, Suarez, you can keep naming them. And then you got I didn't even hear what you said.
I said Pochettino.
Yeah, fucking Pochettino. And then you got Pep Guardiola. Like, dude, this guy. Here's the thing: is if he doesn't fit into a system, the guy is fucking lost. And you can see in Arteta's system, he just doesn't feel comfortable. He doesn't have the clinicality. Like, look, we're opening up spaces for this guy in the box to do things against against lower league sides, small-sided games, and he cannot do it.
He starts on Saturday.
No, absolutely fucking not.
So you think Saka will be back?
No, I mean Saka even played a little bit against Bolton. Like they ran him out.
I think we're missing Odegaard and Calafiori. That's about it. Odegaard, Calafiori. I think Ben White's back. Timber's back. Well, he's been long term. I'll be honest with you, I'm ready to let him go in January. If we can bring a better player in that can play right and left back, let's do it. Let's cut our losses on Tomiyasu.
Do you need another player that can do that left? Because I feel like your defensive.
No, we need a striker. Steve knows what we need, and his name is Victor.
But Arteta, I don't think he does.
At Sporting Lisbon, and that's the other thing. I think the manager of Sporting Lisbon is going to jack us to Gyökeres in January, and that's going to be over.
Oh, yeah, I know he's gonna. Yeah, he'll. You think he's gonna send Højlund? You think he's gonna send Højlund and Xerxes packing for Gyökeres?
No, I think
do something like a swap or a loan or something.
Right.
Actually, wait. Then again, though, who knows?
Dude, he's gonna take He's taking everything from Sporting out to Manchester United. He's gonna take the kitchen lady, the fucking boot guy. Like he's taking everybody.
This is good. They're his muses. But here's the thing: I would definitely loan out Xerxes and keep Højlund. I don't think Xerxes near the level ready yet. They say 1 year he's not ready. Give me a break. Xerxes can't even tie his own fucking shoes. Let's be real.
To be fair, you will see better out of him this season.
Yeah, eventually. They're such a mess right now. It's going to take him a long time. But I think one of the reasons why they got this guy is because they're looking at spending the money in January on Gyökeres. They have no choice, bro. They have to have an attack. Their attack is so bad, and don't let that 5-2 fool you. They came to play that day, and because it was the new manager bounce and all that other BS. Right, and the filter says Gyökeres, Inacho. I mean, that's two top players right there. And if we get Inacio in, goodbye Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans. They'll just cut Johnny Evans' contract and save themselves $120,000 a week. They're probably playing Johnny Evans or more.
I think Johnny Evans is better. I don't know. I think Johnny Evans is better than Harry Maguire.
Right, but Harry Maguire, they spent too much. They spent $90 million on him, bro. They're not gonna.
Well, he's
No,
leaving for free next
who's gonna-
summer.
If you loan him, who's going to pay those wages? I think he's at 200 grand a week. I'm not 100%
Something
sure about
stupid,
that,
yeah.
but it's pretty stupid wages. And I think, to be honest, Harry Maguire, as much as we bash him, is slightly better than Johnny Evans. He's got the height and all that.
Johnny Evans has completed football, my friend. I can see Johnny Evans is
right.
disciplined. Like, yeah, he's old.
True.
Yeah, he's old, but he knows how to play. Like
But if he's up against but if he's with Ian Asho, it'll probably be the new guy, Yorbo, or whoever the hell they got.
Euro.
Yeah. Anyway, so enough about the United scum. I'm just saying that the writing's on the wall. This guy's taking over. They're going to spend the money on Gyökeres because the goals are obviously there. And United are going to have a new look team, but it's not going to help their piss midfield because that midfield is shit. So I don't want to gas them up much.
So what do y'all think your 11's going to be on Saturday?
Ooh, I was hoping you were going to. Yeah, I was hoping you were going to ask.
SofaScore has your lineup in a 4-4-2. Apparently, Setford is going to play.
No, that's old. That's from the Preston game.
Setford
isn't playing.
Okay, cool. So
Setford got it. Big up to Setford though. He did get.
Wait, Raya. Hold up.
Yeah, it'll be David Raya. But yeah, no, Setford got the clean sheet. He looked okay.
That's weird. Okay. That's weird that SofaScore has a possible lineup of Setford. Whatever. It's going to be Raya. They're saying a back four of White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber at the left.
Yep.
That's probably right. I would say so. Midfield 4, Martinelli left, Saka right, Rice and Partey, and then Havertz, Trossard up top.
I don't think it's going to be a 4-4-2.
Yeah.
It will
play it a little bit though, right?
Well, we play it defensively. Our attack is usually 4-3-3 or 4-2-5-1, and then we go to a 4-4-2 defensive formation.
Yeah. I don't see us. Well, here's the thing: is you can't fit Wanyeri into a 4-4-2, and that's what I think. We need somebody creating against Newcastle. We need somebody that can go in.
I don't think he's gonna put. I think Arteta's stubborn with Wanyeri.
Arteta doesn't start this kid. This guy is a fucking joke. To be honest,
I don't think he will.
And here's the thing: I see where you're coming from.
I think he should. I think this is yeah.
I see where you're coming from, and I see why you would think that because you saw that against Bournemouth, where Wanyeri did more than enough to prove that he deserved to be in the starting 11 against Bournemouth and against Shakhtar. He didn't do it, and I don't know whether he just doesn't trust him or not. But the point is that we've all seen enough. Big up Carl fucking Rossi. No, real one. No, we have seen enough from this kid to start him. And here's the thing. Newcastle have not been on good form in the league. So go out there and see if he can do something against a team that its league form has been mediocre at best. Yeah, you guys got the big win against Chelsea. But again, that was Chelsea's that was a shitty Chelsea starting 11. Don't get me wrong. You guys played well. You played them well. But I don't think Maresca really took it very seriously, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And Disasi, he looked like he was playing against Chelsea at times.
Yeah, no, right.
It was crazy what I saw. I was just kind of
for some reason, only Arteta could tell you why Nwaneri probably won't start. Only he can tell you that. And again, he's been trying to make an impression, Nwaneri, for a minute now. What might happen is it might be, who knows? This could be a Cole Palmer situation, bro, where Cole Palmer at Man City off the bench, or you get a start in a cup game. He would make an impression. Maybe he'd score, assist, have some nice play. But he was just never viewed. Pep never maybe viewed him, or maybe the player, Cole Palmer. I think Cole Palmer himself pushed for a move to start. That could happen with Nwaneri 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I went through this whole year. Our team in midfield and other areas had a lot of injury problems, and I still didn't get starts in EPL games. So I'm going to go somewhere, maybe a step down. Maybe he goes to, I don't know, maybe he goes abroad somewhere, to a really good team that needs a Nwaneri, that would make him the priority, and he does that. I could totally see something like that happening because this is frustrating for young players. And like you see Emil Smith Rowe and Reese Nelson make those moves to Fulham. I think he's better than Fulham, but I could totally see it.
I just think, and I'm not like, I just think Marco Silva utilizes both of those players a lot more than Arteta does. They're a lot better. Like,
they made him priority signings.
Marco Silva is one of the best managers in the league, and you cannot convince me otherwise. He is a great manager. You know, I'm not going to say, you know, hire him to replace Arteta. I'm not saying that, but I just rate him as a manager. He gets a lot out of players that other managers wouldn't be able to get. Like, he is a very, very good manager. But here's the thing. It's just like a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, well, don't play him against Newcastle because it's a very, very physical team. Yeah, well, they're always going to play us physically, always. But how are you going to get past that, and how are we going to score? I don't think the 4-2-2 or a 4-4-2, especially if you put Trossard in there starting the match, generates anything for us. Trossard starting any match is fucking you're playing with fire.
He's an impact player. He's similar to Harvey Barnes, bro. Barnes, when he starts for us, he does okay, but off the bench, he'll score goals and just run at guys. It's very similar with Trossard, bro. Very similar. It's an impact off the bench. You need those guys. They have a place in teams, but like, yeah, you just got to know what your player's working with.
Yeah, I think that Waneri, in my formation, he has to start.
So what's your starting 11, Dal? What's your starting 11?
Rhea, Timber left, Starsky and Hutch, and at the right is Ben White. All the back four should be fit now. Saliba's back from suspension. Gabrielle's fine. Ben White should be fine. That's the front. That is our starting back line. And then I think if we do a 4-2-3-1, I would put Rice and Party in front of the back four. And on the left, I would put Martinelli. And now that number 10, I have to go Waneri. I understand what people are saying in the chat. Newcastle's physical, but what game is not? This is the Premier League. Ipswich is physical. Aston Villa's physical. Everton, as bad as shit they are, they're still a very physical team. I would put Martinelli, Waneri, and Saka, and then up front, I would put Havertz.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Waneri. I think he has a potential to give you a spark. If you don't have him, where is the spark?
Right. And Trossard ain't it, like we said at the beginning of the show. He just ran him being the starting lineup, done with it.
Did y'all like the lineup versus Liverpool? Were you surprised that Waneri didn't play there?
No, I wasn't. I don't think
that
so.
Game
The starting 11 for Liverpool was what I thought was as good as you can do, especially. But look, like, there's a level of team that you want to bed these kids in against, right? Pause. I don't know if that's pause worthy, but you got to end up. You got
apparently.
Look, the Shakhtars, the Bournemouths, the Leicesters, like, I was calling over.
How many games did he start out of those? Didn't me and you talk, TJ, about that Leicester game? Start him. Guess what happened? He didn't start.
It was on a Q&A. I remember it was on a Q&A on fucking Sarcasm City.
I don't think bro. The only time I see Waneri getting a start is if it's a midweek non-EPL game against like a mediocre team. But like that, it's crazy. But this is how Arteta has handled a lot of younger players.
And if you look at the same path, it's similar to what Wenger did with Fabregas, and that's what we need. We need that level of development so he can be Cesc Waneri, right? I mean, that's really the goal for all this. And I don't care if we have to sacrifice Trossard at the 10 for that, you know. And
because we know what Trossard at the 10 goes.
Right, he brings nothing, especially in the starting. Maybe in the second half, but I still want him as come on for Martinelli. I think that is a fair substitution. It's worked in the past. Stick with what works. Don't try to fix something that's not broken, even though Arteta loves to do that, right? So Waneri can take the hits. He can take the bruises. And I think, like BX Gunner, I agree with too. Newcastle will have a hard time containing him. Fabian
I'd rather not play against him. I'd rather not.
Yeah, exactly. And I think BX Gunner is right on a second point. If he can get fouled outside the box, that's opportunities. Those are goal scoring opportunities, you know. And I think Carl's right. I really would love to just do a show on Martinelli, TJ.
We could do an entire show talking about Martinelli
because I know he's really splitting the fan base right now. he was out of form. He was kind of back in form, and now he looks like he's out of form. There's a long story behind that. I think Carl is right under this manager, and because I know we saw him under Emery, he flourished. If we had, let's say, I don't know, Allegri or somebody, Simeone, just names, I think you would see a different Martinelli as well. However, maybe we won't, and then we got to sell him, right? And then we got to do it all over again.
Well, I think that it's going to look good. So here's my prediction for this game. If we start Martinelli, I think he's going to cook because he's going to have a left back behind him his first action is not going to be to invert into the fucking midfield like Zinchenko did. It drove me absolutely crazy because you saw him do that against Preston and it didn't really do much.
He stood around. He stood around.
Unnecessary. And I'm just like, look, man, like the Ukrainian politician, like he's done. He's done at this club. He's like you can tell Arteta doesn't rate him. He's only going to get into these, like, I bet you he doesn't start another game unless it's the early round of the FA Cup. You're not going to see him start because this guy, you can tell Arteta doesn't even rate him anymore. So I look, you unlock Martinelli if you put a good left back behind him. When Martinelli was having that great breakout season a couple of seasons ago, you had Kieran Tierney behind him, and Kieran Tierney unlocked him. That's why I'm saying, why not throw as soon as
it offers an overlap on a basic level. TJ Tierney offers you an overlap, for God's sake. That means
I know, and that's the kind of support.
That means you have to keep your eye on two players compared to one.
He's way down the pecking order, though.
I know it sucks. It sucks.
But Arteta, but like we've said in other shows, TJ, there comes times when you have a 22-man squad, you have to utilize fucking everybody. You have to give ultimately time. You have to wait for Tommy Elson to come back. You have to utilize these players when you only got 22-player squad. Chelsea have like 40 players. They have basically 3 teams. Newcastle, I'm sure they have more than 22, but that's where we get the with the recruitment. Get the best you can buy. Like Tommy Asu, I'm sorry, is settling. Zinni is settling. Zinni's time is over.
It's not settling for these players. That's settling.
Yeah, and that's where I get so angry at Edu is that because I still believe this. I've said it a million times. He does not fully know the European market. He does not understand that there's players like Bakayoko. There's players like what's his name, Moro or whatever. What's the Moro guy that City are after?
Kubo at Real Sociedad.
Yeah, I mean, just like players that I think would work, like even like a Marcos Llorente from Atletico. I would take him in our midfield immediately.
That's the squad player.
Go show the $45 million. Show you've got the money. Bring in Llorente. Go to Bayern Munich. Yes, Sane available. Get him. Proven winner. He'll only be 28 years old. A little old, but still you can get him a 2 or 3 year contract in the summer. I mean, get those players in. I just,
push the envelope. That's what Edu does.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a lot of safe.
Big up, Mama.
Big up, Mama Flossie. Smash the likes, by the way, people. Sorry, keep going down.
Well, I mean, I'm just throwing names out there, of course, right? When I'm sitting in front of FIFA, it's a lot easier. When I can, look through the names and so forth. But there's
Pulisic in this form would be fucking great for you guys.
I would take Pulisic off the bench. He's not a starter for me though at Arsenal.
I don't think he'll leave Milan.
He's not the level. No.
He's found his home.
His home.
I hope he stays there the rest of his career.
Italy is where Pulisic cooks.
It's not bad spots to be at either.
At AC Milan, it's not like he's at fucking Spezia or something, right? I mean, he's at one of the biggest clubs in the world. So yeah, I mean, there's players out there, and that's where I know Carl and you TJ and everybody else, Guru, I'm sure that's where we get so pissed off at Edu because we find the cheap way out. Sterling, prime example of looking for the cheapest, shortest option, but experienced. But again, not the experience we need. Not the gameplay is just not good. The footwork's not good. The decision.
No, but he's a recognizable name. It's a recognizable name merchant. That's what he is.
Yeah, I mean,
Seriously, that's all he is. Oh,
I wonder how
Raheem
many shirts
Sterling.
I wonder how many Arsenal's like Raheem Sterling shirts were sold immediately after
probably
we.
not.
I mean, there's probably
I
a
don't
few
think that
fucking
many.
people that are
Bro.
like fanboys.
There, no. Well, this fan base is so gullible. I had
Yeah.
people trying to convince me that Raheem Sterling was the answer at left and
Exactly.
right.
And they
as a
probably
back.
bought a Sterling shirt.
No.
There you go.
Dude. Yeah, it was our good friend Tony Claude. Big up Tony Claude. He was
He got baptized, man. He got baptized.
He got baptized.
Yeah,
Arteta ball.
hopefully
Gonna
that helps inform.
unlock him.
Crazy,
Okay, dude.
man.
Tell me another one. All right, and now my starting 11 is the exact same as yours. Like I don't.
Right.
I think it writes itself. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
like or maybe you can sub in or out Moreno for Partey, but other than that, it's the same. Like
Yeah.
that's
I still think Moreno comes off the bench. I think we need
I
that
agree.
solid party defense, you
Yeah.
know, because I think Thomas Partey's finding his form again. As long as he doesn't play right back, I'm good. If I see him at right back, I'm going to shit a brick and I'm going to throw my remote at the telly. You know, at 5:30 in the morning, bro, I better not see Thomas Partey at right back. You know,
Who's the
so
starting 11 for Newcastle, Steve-O, and then we're gonna get into predictions.
Yeah, SofaScore is saying our possible lineup is 4-3-3, Pope and goal, back four of Tino Livramento, Fabian Schär, Lloyd Kelly, and Lewis Hall. I'd be pretty happy with that. Midfield three of Longstaff, Tonali, Bruno G. I agree with that. And then a front three of Anthony Gordon on the right, Joe Ellington on the left, who had a great game versus Chelsea. He's just he picked up the ball and just drove with it. He used the physicality, and he really played a big part in that game. And then Isak in the middle. That is the exact lineup I want to see, pretty much verbatim. Because Lloyd Kelly is a left center back. Anyhow, a few times this year screwed up and put him at left back and then burned there. Lloyd Kelly for me has to play at center back. Fabian Schär, he's been a bit sketchy in terms of he'll just wander around, and then he's conceded a lot of our goals centrally. So I worry about like Havertz scoring because Schär is in fucking La La Land.
The funny thing about that, Steve, I don't worry. See, Havertz is in La La Land too. They're in the same fucking trip together. Him and Schär together like this in La La Land because
He'll get himself in the box.
I'm that close to absolutely calling Kai Havertz one of the worst signings of Arsenal Football Club in the last decade. I am that close to being done with that fucking vampire. I swear to God. If TJ, I'm sorry to demonetize, but I am at the edge with Kai Havertz. I'm done. Don't get Carl Rossi started either. He's a blood-sucking vampire.
Hey, yo.
No-name piece of shit. You know, hey. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Fabian Schär. I Wanyeri against Schär all day long. Havertz, Schär wins that battle every day. You watch.
Or like Kelly as well.
Listen to me now and hear me later. Havertz will get owned by Fabian Schär come tomorrow morning.
Unless the ball is put directly on Kai Havertz's head.
Now.
Like he had one good goal, that one well-taken goal.
Yep.
Who the fuck was it against? What?
Bolton, where he ran up and slammed the ball at Bolton from about the 18-yard box.
Yeah. That was it.
That's the type of goals we want him to score.
He could never do that in a Premier League match. But
again,
and he got the fucking header when it was put on a plate for him against Preston North. Yep. That's it. Yeah,
that would be my.
You guys know how I feel.
Being like done with him.
You guys know.
Yeah, that would be my 11. That would be my Newcastle 11 verbatim. It would be Pope, back four of Livramento, Schär, Kelly, Lewis Hall. Midfield three, Longstaff, Tonali, Bruno. If it's not Longstaff, put in Joe Willock. I don't mind that. And then Gordon, Isak, Joe Ellington on the left wing. That's pretty much exactly what my lineup would be. I think that team could get a draw out of it or a win.
Sure.
I would feel good going into that game like that, especially if you do the nonsense lineup that they say you might.
Right. I think
if we run it, there's no
we doing that, bro.
4-2 out against fucking.
There's no way.
That's not gonna happen.
There's no way he's not playing Rhea.
Yeah, that'll get updated for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think Steve. I think your weaknesses are. Sorry, TJ. I know you want to get into.
Go ahead.
I know your weaknesses, Stephen, are Longstaff and Schär.
Yeah.
If we can press your team in your own half, those two guys will lead goals.
Yeah.
100%.
With that
Okay,
said,
guys, we're gonna get into. Good. What are you gonna say?
I said, with that said, it'll be a good game. I mean, it's going to be pretty even, I think.
It'll be a battle for sure.
It'll be a battle for sure. No, like Newcastle are in bad form, but here's the thing: whenever we play them, we bring Newcastle up a level.
Right.
Like
Or we-
Right down. Yeah.
especially after that match at St. James Park, everybody said, "Oh, this is the Arsenal revenge tour." You don't think Newcastle are going to be up for this game?
Right.
Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be close. But let's get into the predictions, and we'll
Sure.
do that one last. We'll just run through the fixtures for this weekend and then get out of here because I got to go look at another house.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, great. Can't wait to spend a bunch of money that I may or may not have. Okay, first thing we're gonna do:
Paper.
Liverpool at home to Brighton.
2-1 Liverpool.
Okay, Dow.
Be a really good game. I'll watch that for sure.
It'll be
I
a good
gotta
game.
say, yeah, I got Arnie Slot can do no wrong. Unfortunately, I think 3-1.
Wonder who called that.
You did. You did say
I did
that.
too. I did too, bro. I said that was a great fucking hire
Yes.
Yeah, and he looks fantastic right at home too.
because
I'm
of the
going.
contingent as well. Sorry,
Yeah.
TJ.
Brighton always seemed to give Liverpool some trouble, but
Brighton
Liverpool
have
and
given
Anfield,
everyone troubles this year. They beat Man United. They beat us. They drew with someone else. Brighton have been playing very well.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool, but it could very easily be a draw. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm going 2-1 or a 2-2. I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool, just Anfield tax. Ipswich Town at home to Leicester.
That's a decent.
That's-
2-1 Ipswich. I like
Ooh.
watching them play.
Yeah,
Very enjoyable.
Ipswich,
2-1.
yeah. I hope they stay up.
I think they will.
Yep. What do you got, Dow?
Well, I have not watched 1 minute or second of Ipswich, so I got to go Leicester 2-0. Jamie Vardy's having a party.
Oh, he actually has like 5 or 6 goals this year.
I know it's crazy. Yeah, no, he's like 28 years old again.
I don't think that guy ages. I'm going 3-1 Ipswich Town. I want Ipswich. I'm on the what do they call them? The Tractors? Are they the Tractors?
Tractor Boys.
The Tractor Boys. Yeah, shout out Anthony. Tractor Boys. I'm going 3-1 Ipswich Town. Bournemouth at home to Manchester City.
Ooh. Bournemouth
have given trouble to big teams this year as well.
Yep.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll go 3-2 Man City.
Yeah. Okay, Dow.
That's a really good score. This is at the Etihad or at Bournemouth?
At Bournemouth, Vitality.
Oof. I'm just City edge them 2-1.
Yeah. I'm going you took my score. I'm going 2-1 too. And Man City, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Their performances have not looked good. They have not looked
but they'll still win the league.
They'll still win the league. Yeah, and that's the worst fucking part about it. They'll still win. Like I was talking with Peter about it the other day. Like they had refereeing decisions going their way, and I'm not saying that they didn't blame the ref, but here's the thing: Southampton did not look good. Man City looked worse, and I think if Aaron Ramsdale was any better of a goalkeeper, that finishes 0-0.
Say that. Yep.
Like I'm dead serious. Like that goal, he sucks. I'm so glad we got rid of him. Anyway, I'm going 2-1 Man City. Southampton at home to Everton.
Fucking 0-0, mate.
Southampton, Everton.
Yep.
At Everton.
At St. Mary's. At St. Mary's.
I think Sean Dyche is having a day. 1-0 Everton. I like that. What's that? Njane kid? Who's their attacking mid? Njai and Johnny or something like that. I rate that kid.
Tillman Njai. Yeah, he's good.
Decent.
Good.
I would take him as Arsenal as a backup,
really
maybe not as a starter, but as a backup for sure.
They needed him really bad. Yeah, he's a good footballer, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, 1-0 to Dyche.
I'm gonna go stinky 1-1. I'm going stinky 1-1. Southampton, just because Southampton's at home. This is an interesting one. Nottingham Forest have been absolutely tearing it up, defying expectations. Nuno's got those guys humming. At home against West Ham.
2-0 Forest.
Fuck you, Steve. That was what I was gonna say. Dow.
Go for it. My God. Can piggyback
Or-
off another man. Ayo, pause.
Hey, yo, what?
Forest, I think, are also beneficiaries of a very, very good schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, they weren't
they're
winning
beating-
those games.
Right, exactly. 1-0 Forest is a good one, but I think they put it on them, bro. I think 3-0. I think they put it on. This may be a statement game for them,
dude.
Yeah.
And then you got to start looking.
third of the season done.
Teggy on his way out if that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
fine. It
No,
was
they
fire.
bury him 3-0. He's done.
Yeah.
And but remember, they're looking at with the Dortmund guy, which I think that guy's foolish to take that job. If I'm the Dortmund manager, I am not taking the West Ham job.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for something bigger and better, right? I'm waiting for Ange at Tottenham or something. But yeah, I'm not. If I'm what's his name, Steve-O? Senric or something like that. The Dortmund manager, the old one.
Nuri Sahin, the new one.
Yeah. No, the old one. I know Sahin's the new one. The old one.
Oh, I didn't. Terzic.
Terzic, right? So he's being linked to West Ham, right? I guess not. Okay.
I guess
anyway,
2 seconds.
Okay. So anyway, West Ham are a complete meltdown. 3-0 Forest. Shout out Yeti, my guy. I like watching Forest. I gotta admit, they're exciting to watch. And I think, to be honest, I think I'm going to bring them in at 8th place this season if they can maintain this. 8th place. I think
8th place for Nottingham Forest, and I'm not going to lie to you. I had them. I had them in a relegation scrap.
No. They're far out of that.
I was fucking way off on that one.
Yeah, good money to take Vegas money on that, huh?
Yeah, I didn't put any money on it. I'm not going to lie, and that was thank goodness. All right, Wolves at home to Crystal Palace.
Give me Palace 2-1.
2-1. Jesus. Wolves in a fucking free. Wolves are in danger. We're in danger, mate. What
this is down south in Bandit Country?
Molyneux.
Oh, Molyneux, okay. Palace 2-1. I got to copy Steve-O. Yeah. I still think Wolverhampton scores because they're at home, but Palace, they just beat Aston Villa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll go 1-0 Palace. I don't think we'll score.
Yeah,
they are not good. Interesting matchup. Tottenham Shitspur hosting Aston Villa.
That's a good match.
It's a good one.
2-2.
2-2. At Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Okay.
Yeah, 2-2.
All right. What do you got, Dal? How much do you have Aston Villa winning by?
3-2 Durant in the 90th minute.
Could see that, you know.
I'm gonna go. No, I could see that, but here's the thing: is I think I think it's gonna be 3-1 Aston Villa. 3-1. I think, dude, this is the roller coaster that Ange takes you on. This is the roller coaster.
Right.
He got a big match. He got a big win against Man City, and good for them. Man City didn't play up to stuff in my opinion. This is why I keep saying the performances are eventually going to come back and bite him. It bit him in that cup match.
Right.
I think, but yeah, I think Aston Villa come in and put it on him. I think it's on Aston Villa.
Kulusevski was on fire that day. Kulusevski is looking like he's starting to find form again.
Yeah. Big up, Carl. We'll see you later, my friend.
Carl, have a great night, bro. Happy Friday.
Man United, Chelsea at OT.
2-2.
Okay.
I'm not falling for the new manager bounce. I'm not falling for that Chelsea who will play as bad as they did on Wednesday versus us. I think things will go out like that. Lineup. Although Man United do have a good record against Chelsea at OT, I just think it'll even out like a 2-2, something like that. Wouldn't be surprised at all. Man United. I think Man United are more likely to win somehow.
Wow. Well, yeah, they still got something to prove. New manager bounce.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I could say that. 2-2 is a good score. I'm going to go 1-1.
Okay. Yeah.
Because 2-2 is probably going to be it, but I got to go 1-1.
Yeah, Chelsea. When was the last time Chelsea beat United at OT?
2015 or something.
Yeah, I don't think it happens here. I don't think it happens here either.
Ten Hag would be an obvious.
Well, no, if it was Ten Hag, then I would have put like 3-1 Chelsea. But Rude has broke the shackles off. I think. I'm gonna go 3-3. I think it's gonna be a high scoring affair. I'm gonna go 3-3. 3-3. And then last two matches, Fulham at home to Brentford.
It's actually a decent game, you know.
That could be a good game.
Monday Night Football, by the way, Monday night.
I think it'll be another 2-2.
Another 2-2.
Because Brentford score goals, but they concede.
Yeah.
I'll go 2-2,
Dow?
I think.
This is Brentford Fulham.
Yeah,
at Craven Cottage.
At Craven Cottage.
Big up, honey.
1-1 again.
1-1 again.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going 2-1 Fulham, Emil Smith Rowe, 80th minute. That's what I'm going. Let's go. Come on, ESR. Come on, lad. And then last but not least, and then we're going to end on this one. Newcastle at home to Arsenal early in the early.
Let's go, baby.
5:30 in the morning.
Steve-O, what do you got?
1-1, Mikel Merino, red card.
Oh, no.
Does he kick the ball away?
No, he'll do some stupid tackle on Gordon on the break or something.
Hey, this ain't the Marino that was at Newcastle, though, bro. This ain't the Mikel Merino when he was 19 at Newcastle.
Mikel Merino is either going to be amazing or he's going to get sent off.
Euro Cup winner Marino. Put some respect on his name. He ain't wearing that shirt no more.
I'll go 1-1.
2-0 Arsenal, TJ. Come on now.
3-0. 3-0.
2.
I wouldn't be that shocked.
2-0. Okay.
If we get 3, it's like something hits off Havertz's fucking elbow and goes in or something, and the refs don't see it, right? Or how falls off his backside. Who knows? But yeah, I gotta say 2-0. I think our defense is that good. It really is. And it's going to be one of those games where I think mistakes, right? I think you guys, sorry, Steve, will have more mistakes and we will have less mistake-free football than you guys will be. And unfortunately, I think mistakes will turn to goals. 2-0.
Hear that?
2-0. Okay, I'm going 2-1. I think it's going to be close, but I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. But that's only if Ethan Nwaneri starts. If we start this 3 CDM or Trossard in the 10, it's going to be a fucking draw. Watch. It's going to be a draw.
Prepare yourself for that, then. No, Nwaneri ain't starting. I'll give you $20 if Nwaneri starts. Y'all just have to give me credit.
Dude, I want to watch Nwaneri eat sharp for breakfast.
Dude, my heart won't be able to take it. I'm not gonna lie. To you.
If I see the starting lineup, I'm gonna be furious and throw my remote.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, that's the show, guys. I gotta get out of here. Big up, Steve. Every single time, let them know where they can find you, my friend. Thanks again for coming on. It's been too long.
No. Thank you for having me on. Yeah, Strasbourg Steve on YouTube. I don't really know what I'm doing for the weekend yet, but it's definitely the Newcastle Arsenal one. But I'll be doing some other European watch on, so just check it out on there. Strasbourg Steve YouTube.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. What?
I said nice.
Nice. Dal, what are you doing?
I'm getting my ass up at 5 a.m. to watch. I guess you and your watch along if you're doing one. League Gunner.
I am not doing a fucking watch along. I'm not. I'll be doing a review. I'm not doing it.
Steve, are you doing a watch along?
Yeah, Sarcasm City playback.
Okay. Oh, perfect. I'll be watching you, Jez, and League Gunner.
Nice.
There we go.
And other than that, yeah, it's going to be early for me and DJ Crane. Shout out Pacific Northwest. But great show today, TJ. Thank you for having Steve-O on. Thank you, Steve-O, for joining the show.
Yeah, of course.
It's been fun. Shout out the chat. And TJ, I hope you have a great weekend, my friend.
Bro, you too. Guys, we're going to redirect over to my guy, Saad. Him and Ash are live. They've been live for about 45 minutes. So we're going to redirect over to them. Go over there and TV. Fucking raid. You can catch me here. You can catch me on Never a Foul with Steve for the match review. I think we're both going to be over there. And then we're going to both come. Me and Dal will be over here Steve, you're more than welcome to come on and talk about it more if you'd like, if you're available. But that is when we're going to be live on this channel next. And obviously, you can catch us here every Friday, same time, same place, same channel for the American Idiot Show. We are approaching 100 episodes. So join us on that journey, baby. And until next time.
You don't have the answers, DJ.
Do you have the answer?
You don't have the answer.